Introducing Chris Rollins 5 for your Detroit Pistons. At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 23. At small forward, standing 6'8", number 0, Jason Tatum.
Hello and welcome. We're ready to get the week off. Well, we're coming right down to the last bit of the season, Grant. What's the messaging like from coaches right now?
Well, BA, for teams that are in the mix, coaches are asking you to keep doing what you've been doing. But a lot of that extra motivation comes from your teammates and in the locker room.
Here's the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Tyrese Halliburton. Then it's Jaylen Brown, and it's Jokic in at the center position. Pass to Garnett, out to the right wing. Here's Hudson, defended by Halliburton. Here's Garnett, turned in an outstanding game against Washington. From 15 feet away, and Halliburton, the bucket, on the assist by Brown.
This is a shot Halliburton's developed, the mid-range jumper.
And coach, such a unique player, multiple-time MVP Nikola Jokic. How do you defend this guy?
Well, Brian, if I knew that, everybody in the league would be trying to hire me, because no one has found an answer for Nikola Jokic. He can just beat you in so many ways. If you're going to double team him, he's going to create wide open shots and even layups for his teammates. If you're going to leave him single covered, he's going to score. There's nothing this guy can't do on a basketball court.
Hudson, the kick to Tatum from the arc. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Pass to Halliburton. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, blocked! To the inside. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Exploding off the floor. Give Tatum room and he will show off his athleticism at your expense.
Now here's Halliburton. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Tatum against Antetokounmpo. Outside Hardaway. There's the three. Rebounded by Halliburton. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, a defense has to be very aware of Gilgeous-Alexander's attack mindset. He wants to get to the rim and do maximum damage.
Here's Hardaway after the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. Pass to Hudson. Gilgeous-Alexander against Hardaway. On target from range.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. So Milwaukee going with almost an entirely new group here. 1:25 left to play in the first quarter. The Pistons have had quite a few high lottery picks of late, Stan. However, they haven't had much success yet.
Well, Brian, you know, sometimes it takes a lot of time. Some teams will come together quicker. Some players and some teams need more time to develop. Detroit's just got to keep adding to what they have and continuing to develop the players that are already in their system.
And a great fan base in Detroit, starving for victories. Milwaukee with the ball, following the score by Detroit.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Houston, counted by Adebayo. And there's the screen. 6 to shoot. Pass to Tatum. Lets it go from deep. Another three for Detroit.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wallace outside. Now here's Young. He's guarded by Conley. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution for your Pistons.
Young against Conley.
Antonio McDyess.
Young looking over the floor. And he banks in the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And so it's Detroit, leading by 6 as we wrap. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from Detroit, what do you guys think?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Taking a look at the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Jaylen Brown. Then there's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 2 guard. Here's Conley. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. The shot. Houston can't hit.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Now here's Jokic. Still no points. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
And it's Detroit with the ball. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. The Pistons making a switch here.
Hi, Pistons fans, once again, give it up for your Pistons dance team.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Ilgauskas. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. The Bucks have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Brown scanning the floor. Antetokounmpo finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Brown. Look at Brown getting it done inside.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
Hardaway, the pass to Ilgauskas. Tatum from long range. Rebound, Trae Young. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
So both teams making some changes here. He's off on the second. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 for 6 here in the second. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Oh, tenacious stuff from Halliburton, making his shot while absorbing a foul.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Bucks.
Well, yeah, early on, the mid-range jumpers have been an important part of their attack. They're going old school.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Pass to Garnett. Back to Conley. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Conley's gotten his first points in this one.
Yeah, not just a jump shooter. Conley is also adept at finding real estate close to the rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Halliburton misses.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Tatum gets the bucket.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight, not wasting any chances, really using his head.
And there's the rejection.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Lets it fly. And all around the rim that time before dropping. And now a 3-point Detroit lead.
Yeah, nice body control by Tatum. You watch him play, and sometimes you forget he's 6'8".
Here's Wallace. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Milwaukee shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And he can't get the first one.
Wallace, 2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Here's Hardaway. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Detroit on top, leading by 4. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Jason.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Look at Detroit, a month left in the season. We still don't get to know where they land. Playoffs, play-in, or Cancun.
Changing topics now, how impressive was Jason Tatum in that first half?
He's been hunting for a shot pretty.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
We've got Jason Tatum And it's Hardaway in at the 1. That's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5 as we get going in the second half. Now here's Tatum. And stolen by Brown. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. The rebound by Detroit. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Here's Jokic, following the score by Detroit.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
Down low, here's Hudson. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Tyrese Halliburton.
Man, good whistle there.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. So he gets them both. The Bucks trail by 6. Antetokounmpo inside.
And good luck stopping that. Giannis just makes it look so easy.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pass to Hudson. And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That'll be a second foul of the game. The Bucks making a switch here. Young's checked in.
15 seconds. In for the Bucks. Number 11, Trey Young.
Hardaway against Young. The 15-footer, just 5 to shoot. Garnett passes to Hardaway. Offline with a 3. The Bucks trail by 4. Young finds Antetokounmpo. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants to review the game plan. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Knocked loose. In transition, here come the Bucks. Oh, and a dunk by Brown.
My goodness. Brown with the massive throwdown.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G slam cam. Back to Hardaway. Pass to Tatum. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. That one's good from the corner.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Left side, Young. Brown passes to Jokic. Oh, he's a load inside. Jokic finishing strong.
Well, Jokic is a smooth operator in tight. He won't waste many of those chances.
Pass to Hudson. Brown against Tatum. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Trailing by 2. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And for them to get out in front, it feels like they're going to need him to lead the way.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Here's Hudson. Back to Hardaway. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, puts so much pressure on the defense.
It's his first trip to the line, and that one falls for Antetokounmpo.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player.
And he makes both free throws. The Pistons have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Pass to Garnett. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
VA, I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Now here's Adebayo. No points yet. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Oh, down low, the Greek freak.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Outside Hardaway. Garnett passes to Conley. 1 second left. Oh, he missed it. That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K. Moment ago, head coach Doc Rivers.
Hey, guys, we need a run right here. Come on.
Well, what a terrific game. It's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the floor for Milwaukee, they've got Bam Adebayo. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Trae Young, and it's Wallace in at the power forward position.
I like seeing Conley look for his shot because it puts defenses in compromising situations.
And Conley drops them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning because once he does, he makes you pay.
Outside Tatum. They set the pick. Shot blocked. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Trae Young. Here's Hudson. 16 feet out. Wallace pulls it in.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Oh, the confidence from SGA on that three.
Come on, man. If SGA is hitting that, it's good night.
Pistons trail by 3. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Tatum from behind the arc. And again, the Pistons missing.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
Here's Wallace. Another one falls for Milwaukee.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
Outside Tatum. And he lobs it up.
Yeah, great read by Tatum there. Recognizing the overcommitment and making the defense pay.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Tatum. And up the court come the Pistons on the break.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
The Bucks making a switch here. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked with the team. This might be a close late game, but don't tell Coach. They were cool as a cucumber in the huddle, and I think that resonates with their players. We'll see if that approach works. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Outside Tatum. There's a minute 54 left to play in the fourth quarter. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo with it. He's picked up by Hardaway. Good work there as it goes.
And he is just showing off right now. I mean, he's giving you leadership. Giannis just takes pride in stepping up and hitting those big shots. And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
1:33 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Garnett. Back to Hardaway. Here's Yao. Clock at 6. And there's the drive. Oh, nice shot by Hudson.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Jokic. Count it!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Milwaukee making some changes. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Nikola Jokic, and it's Anunoby in for Halliburton. Hardaway against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Garnett. Here's Yao. 5 to shoot. Hardaway up top. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Antetokounmpo off the drive. Cash!
You expect this from an MVP like Giannis. He never gives up on the game. Woo! Gotta love it.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. "27 seconds left in the final quarter. To the paint. Here's Yao. And again, no good by Detroit. And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
17 seconds left in the game. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Team second.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second.
Alexander. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 shots.
So he comes up empty, missing both. Out left to the wing. From deep. Oh, he drained it from downtown. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here.
Let's hear it for you. Substitution on the floor.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
For 3, Hardaway. So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks. pulling it out for the W. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.